So John and I are going to analyze the residence B12 in the Latitude on the River project in central Miami. It's 1,300 square feet, 2 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms. The building is designed by Arquitectonica, which is a well-known Florida firm, and we're going to go through the slow home test and have a look.
So the first thing we did is looked at Google Maps, did a walk score analysis, scored 91 out of 100, very, very walkable place, which is great. We looked through the website, couldn't see much in the way of environmental performance.
Nope.
So it got a no on that. In terms of siting, I think there's a couple of things to look at. The first one is it's very nice to see that there's actually a site plan. A key plan to look at that. And we can see that there's the north arrow that's going there. So it's on the southeast corner of the building, which means it's getting morning sun, means that the afternoon sun, it's shielded.
Yep.
And it's got a deep overhang over here on that one side, so
I think it's very private.
It's very well.
I think the way it's designed is actually
like
really, really good. There's no overlooking. The shape of the building makes sure that all of the units are private from each other. I think it's really well done.
Yes, I agree. So we're going to give it full marks for siting.
Yeah.
What about organization?
Well, I think the unit is long and thin. It's a corner, which is nice. The issue that I've got is the amount of space devoted to circulation right at the front entry. I mean, and then there's also a big hallway down the center. In terms of where the locations of everything are, I think the bedrooms and the living space are in the correct location, but I'm going to have to say I don't agree with the organization just based on the fact that this unit is a panhandle and there's a lot of wasted space down the center.
I'm going to disagree with you, Matthew North. I think that in my vote, I would say that it was well organized. What I like about it is the proportion. I think that it's it's a relatively narrow and it's quite long, so that it's got lots of frontage. Mm-hmm. I think that the balcony's in the right place. I like the fact that it's zoned so that the private area is on one side, the public area is on the other. I don't deny that there's maybe a little bit too much circulation, or at least maybe too narrow a foyer entrance condition. But for me,
you're okay with that?
I'm okay with it because I think that this part is actually in the living space.
Okay.
So we can agree to disagree.
Okay.
On that one, and let's go to entry.
Entry, I don't think it should get the point. It's a hallway.
Yeah, it's not very nice.
Nope, so you come right into a hall, so no points for that.
Interior living?
I actually like the indoor living space. For me, I think that I would make this wall my focal point, and I would do a furniture layout that was something like this, leaving enough room behind to get to the patio deck, and then that way you have a view, if you're sitting here, of the television, plus you can look out that window.
I agree. I like the living space. It's a nice proportion. Outdoor living,
I think it's great.
It's fabulous, right?
Love it.
I'd love it.
It doesn't get any better than that.
No. Kitchen.
I don't like it. Can I say I don't like this? Will you agree with me?
Well, you'll have to wait and see.
Okay, well, I don't like it. I think there's too much floor space. I think it's odd. I mean, it's nice to have the window there, but this is a big unit, and there is no counter space. I mean, it's really, really tight, and there's not very much storage. I mean, you have basically a little bit of storage below the counter here, and then all of this floor space. It almost feels like they want you to put a table there.
Yeah, I know. I have to say I like the idea behind the kitchen. I love the notion of it being with the floor-to-ceiling window and the door out to the terrace and all of that. But when you actually look at the counter space, there's nothing aside from that little bit above the dishwasher. There isn't really any. This is not a unit for someone who wants to cook.
It's not a cook's kitchen. No.
No, all right, okay.
Okay.
I'll agree with you with that. Dining.
I think the dining is a problem. This is part of the reason about the organization that I didn't agree with you about, because the dining room would go there. I think that puts it basically in that hallway space.
I think that you could have a table that would sit there, or a square table, and you're still going to allow the circulation in and around it. So I think it would be nice if it had a better focal point. Perhaps it's a piece of art that you put on it. I'm going to say the dining is okay for me.
Okay, I don't like it.
We disagree.
Bedrooms. On that. I think the bedrooms are pretty good.
Yeah, I agree.
I think they're both good. There's a natural place for the bed. The closet space is good. There's not excess wasted space in the walk-in closets. I think they're good.
Bathrooms?
I think the bathrooms are good. I think
agree.
They're very efficient, and they've got a tub and not a tub and a shower in the master, which is interesting. And they've got a shower in the other one. And I think it's very efficient.
And it's also good, I think, the way that you can see there that vanity in the family bath has got
one sink
and
some storage
closet on either side, which is
exactly
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Study, there isn't a study.
So we're going to give it the point.
Yeah,
because
and
that's
then,
good.
And laundry?
The laundry's fine. It's just in the hallway there, and it's a stacker, so that's fine.
Yeah, I agree. And parking presumably is underground.
Yep, so we'll give it the point.
Okay, well, tallying everything up, it means that Matthew gave the unit a 12 out of 20, and I gave it a 15 out of 20. So on one side, yours is just below the minimum threshold, and mine is a little bit above. So.
And my biggest things were organization and dining.
That's
and
right.
So I'm curious to see what Slowhomers think when they score the project.
And we will reveal the results on Friday. See you tomorrow.